Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy October 1st. It is currently, let's see what time it is. It is currently 5:16 p.m. on this breezy Saturday afternoon. It's actually not too cool today. Let's see what the temperature is outside. Hold on just a second. My weather channel is loading. It's 74 degrees today, so it's not too cold. Let's see what it's gonna get to tonight. Ooh, it's gonna get into the mid-50s. So it's gonna get a little chilly tonight. If you can hear, there's quite a bit of wind outside. So, I have lots to report on. First, they said it couldn't be done, but Alex and I cleaned the walkway today. We cleaned the entire walkway, and then Alex put out, I have quite a few of these things that I put like mums or, you know, geraniums or whatever in for fall and summer and spring, and then I also use them for winter sometimes. So anyway, after we got done with all of it, he put 2 of these out there at the end, and then like I have like this like bucket one, and then he was like, see, you can put your mums out here, and then you can put a pumpkin in front of each one, and then I have 2 down here and then 1 up there, so 3 mums back up here, or 3 something up here. So tomorrow after brunch we are going to go and get a bunch of fall plants to make our front porch look really nice. And I got rid of Mrs. Fern, and I swept off the front porch, and I swept the whole area. We were gonna go and get more, the kind of mulch we use is like this black mulch. We were gonna go, oh, there's my friend Mr. Squirrel across the street. We were gonna go get more black mulch, but Alex and I were both like, it's October 1st. We could possibly be looking at snow in a month. Let's just, why at this point? You know, let's just save it for the fall. So I'm gonna show this down the road, but here's the walkway. Our hostas never really did that well this year. In fact, Alex was just like, he goes, do you just want to pull them up? And I said, no. And he goes, you don't? And I go, no, I mean, like, it'll look so empty along there, you know, during the winter. I've said this for like the last 2 or 3 years. I would really, 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 really like to find a landscaper to come out here and give us an estimate. I was actually thinking about this when we were pulling up weeds. To think, or find a landscaper to come out here and give us an estimate on what it would cost to maybe either just have, I don't know, like 3 or 4 bushes put in and have the hostas taken out, or I would really like to have the boxwoods, like, and have them like squared off so that they were square on either side. I think that would look really, really nice. I had them like that when I was growing up in front of our house. We had them in front of our house. It kind of looked like an English country home, and so I think it would look really nice in front of here. I just don't want anything that's any kind of high maintenance whatsoever, so like other than mulch and maybe what do you call it, some kind of shrubbery. I don't want anything else because it's a mess. And you know, it didn't take us that long. It took us less than an hour to get all this stuff done between the 2 of us, and that was from the point of coming out here to the point of like it being completely cleaned up. And Alex was cleaning out like a corner of the garage as well, so we threw away some stuff that we don't need anymore, some stuff that we don't use, and yeah, and then I swept down the walkway and I swept the porch up here and all that kind of stuff. So it's all ready for fall. And he was so cute. He was like, now, he goes, do you have pillows for the front porch for fall? And I was like, you know what? I don't know if I do. Like, I think that I do. I think I have pillowcases. But then I was like, okay, I have to look up my Peter Does Stuff channel and see if I have, what do you call it? If I made a video last year and I showed stuff. I have to get a doormat, which I'm gonna order. I was gonna order one on like Pottery Barn, but then somebody told me that the same ones that I was looking at on Pottery Barn, which are ones that light up, they have like bats and different things, and like there's a battery in them so they light up, that on Pottery Barn, they're like $49 to like $89, and on Amazon they're like $29. I don't know if I really want something is that cutesy because I don't know how realistic it is. So I'm either going to get one of those or just something that says like Boo on it or something like that for like a Halloween theme. I need to order that, and then probably just like a pillow for here and there, for the chairs, like something, you know, orangish, kind of Halloween themed. And because going into November, I'll keep it probably, you know, a week or two after November, like into November after Halloween, and then I'll probably put my Christmas stuff out. I actually was, I'm thinking on Monday about doing a video on my Peter Does Stuff channel. I'm now like seeing all the areas that we missed, because we like pulled up the rocks and like got like the weeds out from underneath the rock path along the way. That's like another thing. Like, I would just really like to hire a landscaper to come out here and be like, okay, we're gonna have like a brick row put in, and, you know, of like bricks along the way, and then have this all just be like black mulch, and then like, you know, some kind of like shrubbery along there. So I'm gonna look into that and see if I can find somebody. The thing is that when I looked into it I think it was last year, the landscapers were either like companies that were larger and they didn't want to like just do like one house, like it wasn't worth it for them, they said, or so they didn't want to just do like one house, like they do like, you know, neighborhoods, or they do you know, like corporate places or whatever. I couldn't really find anybody that, or like they have contracts, you know, with like before it starts. So I couldn't really find anybody to come out and just do like a one and done job and be like, okay, I want you to come out here in May and I want it to look a certain way, and then I want you to come out here in July and do like a cleanup job, and then maybe in fall and clean it up, and like, you know, like in May pay like this amount of money, and then like in July and September just kind of clean, you know, pay like a cleanup cost kind of thing, because it doesn't really get that bad out here. Like this year was like the least of it. I think it's because she cleaned up so much of she just actually got home. I think it's because she cleaned up so much of her yard that usually her yard like goes into ours, and then we get a lot of weeds, but she didn't have a lot this year. So it was really kind of just like that crabgrass kind of stuff that we had going on. Anyway, I was thinking about, well, I'm going to probably do a video on my Peter Does Stuff channel showing like all of my, my front porch, but probably not until I get like that's why I need to order the pillows, and I need to order the doormat. I'll probably do that tonight on Amazon. Alex is actually going out to dinner with 2 girlfriends. So I will order that tonight, and it probably should be here by like Monday or Tuesday, so that's probably when I'll do that video. Maybe I'll order some Halloween decorations as well. Who knows? We'll see. But anyway, I don't want to wait much longer, because I mean, it's October 1st already, you know, before you know it, it's the 10th of October, then it's like, you only have 2 weeks, right? So anyway, but on Monday, I'm going to change all of our bedding. We've had all white bedding since like what, May, I think, is when I bought all that bedding and I put it on there. Was it May? June? Maybe June. I love the white bedding. The white bedding really reminds me of being like in a hotel and like staying in a hotel room, and I just love white bedding, period. And there's no reason why you can't keep it up all year round, right? Like I was thinking as I was looking at the stuff that we have, because Alex was like, I was at Meijer and they had a blanket that was similar to that Pendleton blanket that I bought last year. Well, I actually bought 2 of them. I bought one for out here. Oh, that's what I had out here. I had that out here, and then did I have pillows with that? I'll have to look in my pictures and see. I can actually probably do that right now. But I had that Pendleton blanket out here, because don't pictures like go by like, oh, they do. They go by the dates. So here we're going to go to the dates of last year. When would I have bought stuff for my front porch? I'm looking. Look, I put this up on on the Halloween poster. I put it up on probably my Twitter last year. Oh my Lord. Okay, so here is my front porch. Oh, I kept my fern last year. Why did I throw away my fern? Well, I have two in the backyard, so back porch. I'll just bring one of those out here. But look at my porch last year. It was so pretty. Look at that. And I had that Pendleton blanket. I had it just over the top of the back of the, so I can just do that. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mums. I had 3 over there, 2 down there, and 1 back here. Oh, and then I have my orange. Oh, it looks so pretty. I'm so glad that I saved that. Oh, and then here I have it at night, in case you want to see the night version of it. Oh, because, hold on a second. Here's what it looks like at night. Doesn't it look so cozy? It looks like the cover of a cozy mystery, because I have this right here that you just turn this on the bottom. I didn't have these pillows out here because I think I got them for Christmas. So anyway, I was thinking about, is that the last picture of, let's see if I can find the, oh, somebody was asking me about the Newfields thing. Here's, I just realized that they have it back up again. Here's when we went to the Newfields thing last year. It's actually, well, here's Alex and I's picture at it. But it was like all those pumpkins at the art museum. That was really, really fun when we went to that. And then the Christmas lights at Newfields. Newfields is the art museum in Indianapolis. But you can get online and you can see what it looks like. It's really nice. I don't know if we're going to do that again this year. To ask him if he wants to do that. We should do that. Okay. And then where's my Christmas front porch? When did I do it? Let's see. So I can kind of do a comparison study. Oh, this is so funny. This was Carlitos's football game that we went to. That seems like so long ago. And it was November 2nd of last year. Thinking about, I was looking at these shoes I have on. I have these Birkenstock clogs and these shoes. I'm thinking about buying another pair of those. You guys, it's so hilarious when I look at like my pictures in my phone. It's like it's pictures of me, the dogs, Alex, me and Alex, Jaclyn Hill's hoop earrings. That was from like a year ago. All this kind of, for videos, Jaclyn Hill. Look, me and Tanya Jean. That was at our recovery banquet that we went to last year. Trisha Paytas. Oh, what is that sweater? I like that sweater. Brooks Brothers. Might have to look at that again. I screenshot stuff that I want to buy, and then I never end up buying it. Jeffree Star, pictures for a thumbnail. I mean, I have so much of this in here that I never, delete. Okay, we're now to November 10th, and what is this? Hold on a second. My head is itching. Okay, I'm now to November 10th, and I don't... Oh, man, that was my... old sponsors. Here, I'll show you. I can only show you part of this. But so my old sponsor, he owned a movie theater. Here's the front of it. When Tanya and I went to, we went to his memorial service, and at his memorial service, they, at the movie theater that he owned a drive-in movie theater, and he also owned, this, movie theater that showed, retrospectives. They showed, old movies and things like that. And so, and he died of cancer, and so he got to plan a lot of his own memorial, and he wanted to have it at his movie theater, and he wanted people to be able to come in and have like popcorn and candy, and this was my sponsor, Mike, and he wanted people to come in and have popcorn and candy and sodas for free while they watched this movie of him in the background. And he was like the first guy to do a lot of like movie stuff in Indianapolis. So there's like a lot of news coverage about him and things like that. So anyway, this is actually a really cute picture of her. I need to send this to her. So this is Tanya this is us in the theater, in his theater. And you can see she's got a bucket of popcorn and we're sitting there. There's actually 2 friends of ours behind us. You can't see it. We were like one of the first people that got there. So anyway, this was the movie theater. His movie theater, wasn't it nice? And this was like them showing the movie on the screen. I'm trying to like cut out people's pictures. So yeah, I miss him so much. He was such a great guy. Look at these very hot pictures of Peter Monn. Oh my Lord! Those were taken on November 15th of 2021. Okay, why do I not have any Christmas? Oh, this must be like a Christmas shopping. Oh, I think I did a video where I went in because like here I have me, like I was going to use this as a thumbnail. I may have used this as a thumbnail where I'm like shopping for Christmas stuff. And then I think I did, oh yeah, here it is. Meyer Christmas shopping. Hold on, here was my thumbnail. Meyer Christmas shopping. So, but where is the front porch? Oh, here it is. On November 21st, I finally got my front porch ready. And here's what it looked like. I'm so excited. I feel like it needs a little bit more this year though, don't you? Well, I have the Believe sign, that right there. I have that sign in the garage. And then I have that lantern and the pillows down in the basement. And then the plants, of course, are gone. So I need to get new stuff for that. And the wreath, I think, was like a fresh wreath. So, no wreath. Hey! What do you think?
What's that?
You didn't even notice we cleaned our walk. We're supposed to get a blue ribbon.
I can find something.
You what?
I can find something, maybe.
Listen.
A medal. Looks good.
Thank you.
Doesn't look good.
We're going to get Mom's tomorrow.
Ah, good one in there.
Oh, you figured that out.
You just ask her. She's got some.
She's got, I think, 11 or 12. They're all on the ground, though, now. She's got them planted.
You move that way now?
Yeah, it's along the walk. So if you walk the walkway,
Yeah.
it's kind of along there. Yeah, she got more. Anyway, it's funny looking at old pictures, isn't it? Okay, so that's the plans for... I don't like pulling the camera up so close anymore. Since the other day I was like looking at it back as I was like uploading the video. And I was like... First of all, I just didn't like how this looked right there. And then I had like literally trimmed my beard like 2 days before that, but I guess I needed to trim it again. And it just looks so long and like messy. It's so funny because people always compliment me on my beard. Like in person, but also on video. And people are like, how do you get your beard so straight? And what do you do? And blah, 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 whatever. And literally, like, I've never been taught. I've never watched a video about it. I don't know. Like, I just grew a beard out. And I am blessed enough to have my beard be, like, fill in. I don't know if I have a picture. Well, I know I have a picture, but I don't know if I can find it of my dad and I. Because my dad has a beard, too. But his beard, my God, I have to go all the way back to all these pictures to see if I can find a picture of my dad. My dad's beard is spotty, so it doesn't fill in, and he always says, he's like, God, I wish I had a beard just like you. Because his beard doesn't fill in necessarily the same. You guys want to see a picture of me without a beard? This was the summer before I met Alex. Woo, look at that. That was 36. Looked pretty good for 36. I still have that shirt. I don't fit into it though anymore. Okay. Do you know like how you know certain weights that you were at? So we were at our friend's bachelorette party in Chicago. We stayed at the Public Hotel, and I really liked this picture of myself. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. This was before I started growing my hair out white, and you can see like I had the 5 o'clock shadow with the gray and then the brown hair on top. And but I remember I was 212 pounds when we went there, and because I always think to myself, if I could just get back to that weight, then, well, okay, it's got to be close to these pictures because I have this hat on in the picture with my dad, so it's got to be close to these pictures. Oh wait, there's my dad with the dog. There's Alex in the kitchen with my dad. There's my dad and Alex in the kitchen together. Alex is, you can see, Alex is sitting on the island in the kitchen, and there's my dad. Okay. Okay, so here is, you guys all been wanting this forever. Here is a picture of me and my dad together. People say I look just like my dad. And that was when I just had started growing my beard out, so that was probably about 10 years ago. But anyway, yeah, so like a lot of people have asked me like, you know, about like my beard. They're like, well, how do you get it so like straight, and like how do you get the line so straight? I literally just take like an electric razor and I just like go do like that, and then I take a straight razor, not like the long ones like 1940s, but like a, you know, like just like a regular razor. I actually use the Harry's razors. I swear by the Harry's razors. I love those. I used Dollar Shave Club for a while. I do not like Dollar Shave Club razors. They just, for me, they filled up with shaving cream too quickly. And so I would only get like 3 or 4 uses out of them, and I just didn't like them, but that was just me. So I started using Harry's razors, and you can also get Harry's razors everywhere, like Costco, Meijer, Walmart, you know, Sam's Club probably, I don't know. But like they're everywhere, and we always at any given time, we have like, so you get like the little razor thing, you know, like the plastic razor thing. I also like that they're plastic so they travel easily. And they have like, it's very similar to the Dollar Shave Club idea. I don't like, I don't want a subscription service. I think Harry's might have it, but I don't want a subscription service for razors, because what'll happen is I'll have 400 razors and I don't need that, right? So, but they have like a little carrying case, which is really nice for if you go on a trip. And then they have one for if you go on a short trip, or like 4 if you go on a longer trip. And so I swear by Harry's razors. If you want a good holiday present or birthday present for, and they have actually Harry's razors, not that women can't use Harry's razors, but I think they started, let me see what it's called. It's called something like, hold on a second. Speaking of a gift, I have a website pulled up for a gift that I'm going to buy. Harry's razors for women. Women could wear them, but I think they came out with a brand specifically for women. It's called, it looks like it's called Billy. Whatever it is, no, that's not it. Whatever it is, oh, it says right here, why are women switching to Harry's? Can women shave with Harry's? So I guess they can't. But I thought, is it Flamingo? Harry and Flamingo's Gender Inclusive Shave Set. So maybe it's Flamingo? I don't remember, but it's in the very same section. And when It's like, so if you look at the logo for Harry's, it's very similar to that, but it's for women. And it's like, you can tell that it's driven towards women. It doesn't matter. You can use Harry's if you want to. I love Harry's razors. I absolutely love them. And they come in like all different fun colors and stuff like that. What was I saying about that? So anyway, I just use that and I shave here. So like, I'll trim up my beard depending on the week and what I do. Like if I go out to dinner, or if I go to a meeting, or if I'm meeting up with friends or whatever, like with Caroline, I usually like try to trim up my beard. And that's when I trim my beard. I trim it on a 2. And I think I just have like, I don't have any kind of fancy electric razor. I have like a Norelco or something. And I trim it on a 2. And then I shave here, 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 and then here, with just a straight razor with shaving cream. And I use the Art of Shaving Sandalwood Shaving Cream, which I swear by. And I don't use any aftershave. But if you're looking to buy a man or a woman in your life a gift for the holidays or whatever, or stocking stuffers, I mean, they're not cheap, you guys, but something that they will absolutely love. Because even if they have it already, it's like you're just adding to their whatever they already have is Harry's razors. Because if you buy like the starter kit, it comes with like the razor, like one color, like the blade, not the blade, the handle. And so it comes with like a blue or a yellow or a dark green, light green, whatever. It comes with those handles. Like orange, I like orange the best. And then it comes with like 4 razors. And then it comes with like a carrying case. That all comes for like, and you get that for like $19 or something like that, which is pretty cheap. And then the replacement packs are like $9.99 or something like that. I don't know how much they are. I could look it up. But I really, really love Harry's razors. Like, I swear by them. So, yeah. This couple, I have never seen I've never seen them walk their dogs in this neighborhood before. It's a husband and wife, and they have 2 dogs, and I've never, well, I'm assuming it's husband and wife. Maybe it's 2 strangers walking side by side. I don't know. Oh, so I didn't even get to tell you guys yet about what I did last night. So Alex came home, and then we hung out for a little bit. And then, what did we do after that? We watched something on TV together. I don't remember what we watched. Oh, he was finishing up Dahmer. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, so Tanya called me. Tanya and her girlfriend. So Tanya has this girlfriend. I've talked about her on here before, but Tanya and her husband were really, really good friends. Like, when they were, let's see, in their 20s. Like, it was before her son was born, with this couple that they live next door to. And so they've been friends with them for like 30 some years, right? And the husband passed away of a terminal illness several years ago. And this woman is like, has been Tanya's like diehard friend for 30 plus years, right? And so she surprised Tanya with a trip to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So they went down to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and they stayed at one of the Margaritavilles down there and all this kind of stuff, and they ate at all these fun places, and Tanya was real excited about it, and she called me every day and told me everything that they went and had and everything like that. So they were super excited about that. Well, they went to go to this show last night. I want to make sure that I get this show right. And I said to Tanya, I said, did you get this woman's name? And she said, yes. And then when I asked her later, she goes, I think it was Jennifer. And I go, why didn't you write it down or put your... Anyway, so the show was called Country Tonight, and it's in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And Tanya texted me, and, oh, this was so sweet. She said, love and miss you. And I said, love and miss you too. Hope you guys were having fun. And then she said, she texted me and she said, just got front row tickets because your fan recognized me. And so she sent me a picture of somebody that works at this place. And so she went to go get her tickets. And this woman said, who I think is Jennifer, so thank you so much, Jennifer, for taking care of my good Judy. I really appreciate it. And she said, she like looked at Tanya's tickets and they weren't front row or anything like that. And so she said, I've got you, I'm gonna give you front row tickets. And Tanya was so excited. She was like, and I said, how did she even know who you were? She goes, I guess by my voice. She recognized my voice. And she said, are you Tanya, Peter's friend? And she said, yeah, I'm Peter's friend. And Tanya said she was so excited. So anyway, so that was kind of funny. So Tanya's been in Gatlinburg when did she leave? I can't remember. What is today? She's been down there for a long time. She left on Wednesday. That's why we didn't go to the meeting on Tuesday, because she had too much stuff to do. And she went out to dinner with her. It stopped. They are currently driving back. I just texted her before I started vlogging to show her the picture of the front walk because I was so proud of it. And she said, looks awesome. And then I asked her where she was, and she said they were leaving Cincinnati. So she is currently leaving Cincinnati. So they'll be home. Cincinnati's about a 2-hour drive from us, from Indianapolis. I'm currently drinking Starbucks Blonde Roast. I was going to put it like in a Starbucks cup, and I just was like, you know what? I just want to drink it in a glass tonight and just relax. I slept in late because I watched 2 movies last night, which was what I was about to get to. And then I woke up. This was like the weirdest thing. I woke up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up like to go to the bathroom, and I like woke up. Like I was like awake. And so I came downstairs and I had some chips and dip. And I was watching like these drag videos on my phone from that Kalani Productions. And I went back to bed, and I for the life of me could not fall back to sleep. And so I was gonna just get up. I was like, just get up, right? And then I finally fell asleep. And so then Alex woke up to take Boo Radley out, and I woke up again and then fell back asleep before they even came back up. And then, so I really slept in today, and I actually had all of these videos that I wanted to film today. I was going to make... So a lot of people have been asking me to make videos about the Try Guys and also that Michaela girl on TikTok. So those videos are coming. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to, okay, this one's done. Hold on a second. I'm going to take that off my list. I'm going to take that one off my list. So I have 5 videos. 6, add Michaela. See, I should be making these videos like right when this stuff happens, but in all honesty with you, like just 100% honesty, like I didn't follow that Michaela girl, so I don't really know much about her. I mean, I had seen a few of her TikToks, you know, through the time that she had gotten her rise to fame, because people would mention her, or she had these collaborations, and so I would go over and check her out, and in all honesty, like, I really didn't get it. Like, I really didn't get, like, for example, if you guys want to know, like, I talked about this in a drama video, but, like, it takes a lot for me to really understand, like, why somebody is famous, like, why they, like, are so, like, they really, like, it takes a lot for me to really get it, if that makes sense. Like, for example, Sue Dillon. Here it is, Sue Dillon, Sarasota 5. I love her so much. And this is Sue Dillon is trying to start her own choir, and it's so funny. And she gets this guy laughing so hard.
I'm a woman. My name is Sue Dillon.
How many cigarettes do you smoke? You sound like a nasty old brook.
I mean, I am nasty, but not like that. But
she's so funny. Like, I sometimes do not understand, like, people's like rise to fame. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, Jake and Logan Paul, somebody please explain that to me. Is it just because kids want to be like them? Or Tana Mojo? Like, I read all of these comments, like, or I've read all these comments for like the year since I've been covering Tana Mojo, and it's like all of these like 12-year-olds that are like, oh my god, me and my friends are just like Tana Mojo, and I'm like, you're 12, okay? You and your friends are not like Tana Mojo. Just put it to rest, okay? Let's just be for real, right? You want to be like Tana Mojo. You want you and your friends to be like Tana Mojo, but that's not the case, right? And you wouldn't even really want that to be your life, because Tana Mojo's life without the fame, notoriety, and money. How did I even get into this conversation? But anyway, so I'm gonna make those videos. Those videos are coming. I have a couple other videos on there that'll kind of probably surprise you too, but I should probably make those videos, like I was saying, I should probably make those videos as soon as the stuff happens, but like, in all honesty, like, I don't really care. Like, you know, it's like people want me to talk about this Try Guys. You guys know what I'm talking about? So the Try Guys are these YouTubers. They do all this like funny haha stuff. It's a very family friendly kind of channel, and but they're just supposed to be these like good old guys, you know, whatever. Well, one of them cheated on his wife. Am I surprised? No. Like, I mean, do you want me to be... Adam Levine cheated on his wife. I mean, like, does it surprise me? No. And women cheat too. Like, this isn't just like a gender specific thing. Do I think that more men cheat than women? Absolutely. Do I think that it's just a gender specific thing? No, I don't. You know, and I'm going to save what I have to say for the video. But do I think that this is the reason that he lost his job? Because there's a lot of conversation that, like, you know, at a regular, you know, there's all this conversation recently about, you know, like, this Michaela girl came out and said that, like, she works harder than a regular 9 to 5, and then she made this apology video yesterday, and all this kind of stuff, and there's all this comparison between, like, I hate the word influencer anyway. I don't think it's phony to refer to somebody as an influencer. Like, you know, if you said, like, Tana Mojo is an influencer, like, she is an influencer, like, she's influencing people, right? But for Tana Mojo to refer to herself as an influencer, I think is phony. Like, I'm an influencer and I work so hard as an influencer. So you work really hard at influencing other people to buy crap they don't need. That's basically what you're saying that your job is, right? Okay. So anyway, but there's been all this discussion. So do I think that somebody deserves to lose their job because they cheated on their wife? Not necessarily. Do I think that it has to do with the condition of the job? Sure, I do. You know, because there's a lot of people that are like, well, he shouldn't have lost his job. I mean, he cheated on his wife. He came out and he took responsibility for it. Well, first of all, you can never really understand the betrayal, the hurt, the pain that somebody goes through by being cheated on. I mean, the lying, the betrayal, the playing Nancy Drew, like, all of that goes along with it. You have no idea the pain and suffering that you're putting somebody through. So some blanket statement, Twitter release is just a crock of crap as far as I'm concerned, okay? But anyway, do I think that, and you know, all these people are speculating, well, maybe it's because it was like this woman that he worked with or whatever. No, it had to do with the fact that his cheating on his wife affected the reputation of the Try Guys. It would be like if he was a minister in a church. Do you think a minister in a church is going to be able to keep his job if he cheated on his wife? No. Why? Okay, because they're such Christians and all this kind of stuff, or because it hurts the reputation of the church? It's because it hurts the reputation of the church, you know? And there are a lot of other jobs that we could talk about like that as well, you know, where, yeah, it would affect the reputation. So, I don't know, but I'll save that all for my video that I'm going to do about it. I don't know if I'm going to do that tomorrow or Monday, but that's coming. And I gotta look into a little bit of stuff with that Michaela girl. I can't, to be honest with you, like, I can't even sit. She cusses so much. Like, I don't mind a good, you know, cuss word every once in a while. You know, like, Lord knows I'm good for him too, okay? But, like, I was watching this apology TikTok that she put out. Well, first of all, it's 9 minutes long, okay? You should have just filmed a YouTube video. And she literally says the F word, like, every other minute. If not even every 30 seconds. If she look at F this and F that and F that. And I'm like, girl, like my mother taught me, when you cuss so much that people stop hearing what you're saying instead, or they're starting to listen to how you say it instead of what you're saying, then you need to take a look at how you're speaking, right? Which it's whatever, but so I watched her apology, and well, with her, I will say this, like, I wouldn't have taken a day break. Like, all these people were coming for her, right? I would have come out right the very next day. And I would have said, well, I really put my foot in my mouth, didn't I? I just don't think that it takes... The longer that you're absent from YouTube... Y'all are getting, like, the real drama before the drama, aren't you? The longer that somebody is absent... This is just my feeling about it. Like, if you do something, and then, like... I'm trying to think of something that, like... Like, have you ever said something, like, you've done this with your friends before. I've done it with Tanya. I've done it with my other friends, where you say something and you're like, oh, damn. Like, literally, it leaves your mouth and you're like, oh, my God. Like, I should never have said that. Like, I am so sorry. Like, that was really, really hurtful. And it comes out of your mouth and you, like, apologize for it and make amends for it immediately, right? When it takes you 7 to 8 days and you come out on your apology video at the beginning with a joke, because she said, is it 5:19 yet? Referencing her joke that she made. Girl, you should have come out the very next day. I'm sorry, but you should have come out the very next day with an apology. And she didn't. She didn't at all. So, do I think she's learned anything? No, I think it was total PR damage control. I think that's what it was. And do I think that her fans are going to eat it up and love it and be like, she's so relatable? Yeah, absolutely. She was a girl that was working at Ulta that made it on TikTok. I mean, that's everybody's dream, isn't it? Let's just be for real. What is this car driving down the street right now? I hope they turn down this way because it's cute. And they didn't. Oh, so this is what I was going to say last night. So last night Alex was watching Dahmer, and he was on like episode 7. And I got done talking to Tanya because she was so excited about this show. And then she was telling me all these places that they went and ate, and that they got, like, to pick 2 meats and 3 sides and all this kind of stuff. And she was telling me her meats that she got. And she was like, you would have loved it because they had cream corn and they had biscuits. And so it was all, like, country. I love Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg, Tennessee is, like, hands down one of my favorite places of life. I love Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We used to go there with my mom. And, did I tell you guys that Dolly Parton came out with that? I told you that, didn't I? Okay. That I actually pre-ordered the whole album. So, Dolly Parton, here it is. You can see it on my iTunes. It's right there. A Holly Dolly Christmas. And you can see, it says right there, A Smoky Mountain Christmas. I'm not going to play it for you because they don't like that. I actually just downloaded these 2 songs because these were on the drag performances that I watched on Kalani Productions. Song for the Lonely, Cher. Amaraj performed that. And Nasty Girl, the full mix by Anaya Day, because Erica Andrews, may she rest in peace forever, I loved her. She performed that at Miss Gay, Texas. So anyway, so Alex was watching Dahmer, and I said, are you going to finish this? And he goes, yeah. I said, are you going to try to finish this tonight? He said, yeah. And this was at like 11:30. I can't remember what we watched before then. But anyway, Tanya was telling me about how, like, she had, the night before, she, like, got such a good sleep because she went down to, like, the hot tub and swam in the pool and stuff like that. And she was like, I went upstairs and I got into bed and it was so cozy. And so anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, so 2 movies came out last night that I really... Oh, before I get into this, I want to say tomorrow, October 3rd, is Mel's birthday. Could you guys, if you're in the Vloggerinos group, could somebody... I guess I should probably do this. I'll do this as soon as I get off of here. Well, I don't want to do it yet. I'll do it on the 3rd, unless somebody else beats me to it. But could somebody wish Mel a happy birthday? In the comment, could y'all wish Mel a happy birthday in the comment section below? It's Mel's birthday, and she's very excited, and she's off for the day, and she deserves to have all of the love, and she has been so good to me, and I love Mel so much, my book club partner, and I think that we are starting hopefully back up in November. We'd said October, and then Peter just put that off. So I'm hoping November. We have it narrowed down to a book, I think. So, yeah. So hopefully it'll be November 1st that we'll start back with the book club again. And very, very happy birthday to you, Mel. I love you so much, and I'm so happy that you're in my life. You know, I think Mel is a really good example of. I was very weary when I started YouTube of like people reaching out and wanting to help. Like I can remember Mel reaching out to me, and this was when so for those of you that don't know, a true crime book club started the year before. It was just called Peter's Book Club, and I was reading a lot of like I picked a lot of like pop culture books. Like we read like My Sweet Audrina by V.C. Andrews, and we were going to read Valley of the Dolls on there, and by Suzanne, why can't I think, Jacqueline Suzanne, and we read a David Sedaris book on there, Holidays on Ice, which is actually a really great holiday book if you want one. Kind of depressing at points, but, and I don't remember what else we read in there, but like the April book was I'll Be Gone in the Dark, one woman's obsessive search for the Golden State Killer by Michelle McNamara. And Mel and I both loved that book so much that in like November or December, when we were picking books to go into January, because we were trying to pick books for the following year, Mel, I think it was Mel that said, what if we just did like a true crime book club and just changed it to all true crime? And I said, well, Mel, I'm kind of a little worried that we'll lose some people if we do that, you know? And, because not everybody loves true crime. And she said, but we're doing this book club because you love to, like, you always wanted, because the reason why I started the book club was because I always wanted to be in a book club, right? But my social anxiety stopped me from, like, actually going and showing up to a book club. So I was like, well, I'll just start one online. And Mel reached out to me at some point. This was the point that I was getting to earlier. And she said, if you need help on the back end of stuff, the Goodreads, I think this was before we even had a Facebook. She was like, if you need help on all of that stuff, just let me know, and I will help you with that. And I was like, okay. I don't remember. She probably remembers better than I do, but I probably told her no at first. Because I was very, very apprehensive of, like, you know, when they talk about friendships that you make online, and then what do we call them, IRL, in real life, you know, because I was older and I didn't really know that world. You know, there were so many younger people that I would see in TV shows or movies that like had these online friendships, and then they kind of like turned disastrous, and they were kidnapped and ended up in some, you know, underground bunker somewhere, and they were tortured and killed. And I'm like, okay, that's going to be my friendship with Mel. So I kind of thought that to some degree, you know, but at that point I had like, and in all honesty also, like I had a few friendships on YouTube that I had been a little burnt by. And so I was like, I don't know. But she started helping me, and it was a match made in heaven. I mean, we just became instant friends, and it was so nice to talk to somebody. And, you know, Mel is very challenging as a friend. I mean, she is somebody that she's definitely somebody that tells me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. She doesn't sugarcoat it. What I love about her is that she is one of the hardest ass workers I've ever met in my entire life. So when I'm wanting to be lazy for 2 or 3 days on end, I many times think of Mel, because she just isn't at all. And even when she's home and it's her day off, she's got a list of things she wants to get done. And the thing I love that she does in there is that she includes things like crocheting or watching a show while she's meal prepping or whatever. And so she can make, like, getting things done fun, and I love that. So, you know, and one of my favorite times ever, one of my favorite memories in my entire life, of my entire 50 years, is the 3 days that I went out to Arizona and I visited her. I mean, it was one of the best times ever, and we're going to do it again. It just has to, I have to figure out a good time, and it has to coincide with a good time for her to be able to take off some work, because it's just not easy for her to take off work. So, but Mel said, you know, why don't we just turn it into a true crime book club? I think it was Mel. It may have been me. I don't know. We talked about it for a second, kind of like, well, what if there are people that, you know, and Mel was like, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, you know, it's our book club. And I was like, yeah, it is, you know, and like, and hopefully people will try the books and whatever. And it's just done amazing. It's just an absolutely amazing, you know, I think it's like, hold on a second, I want to... True. Here it is. Let's see how many members it has. We have 5.1 thousand members, okay, which is crazy because we never get like more than 30 people on a live stream, which is totally fine with me. But I mean, that's crazy when you think about that. Like, this was just two people, you know, talking on the phone out of a love of true crime. And it's been so much fun. By the way, so thank you, Mel. I really, really appreciate it. And everybody go wish her a happy birthday tomorrow. By the way, I want to give a very, very special shout out and congratulations and happy birthday to the Vloggerinos for your 1 year anniversary. They just recently passed earlier this week their 1 year anniversary of having the group be up, which really kind of put things in perspective for me. It was really strange because I might be wrong about this, but I feel like it was Nicole, the administrator. My memory could be wrong about this, so I do know it wasn't Troy. Like, Troy is super active now, but I know that, like, I became very well associated with Troy through the group. Before that, I think it was Nicole, I might be wrong, that reached out to me and said, some of us want to start a group. I could be totally making this up, but I feel like this is the case. But said, some of us want to start a group on Facebook. Would you be okay with that? You know, based out of the vlog and whatever. And I can remember at first, like, when they reached out to me, I was like, okay, I mean, it's not mine to say, right? In all honesty, it's like, whoever wants to do it can do it. I appreciated being asked, but I was like, if they do this, like, you have to, like, you can be a member, but you have to make sure that you have no part, like, you're not a moderator or what. I mean, like, what they allow is what they allow, and what is said is what is said, and you got to be okay with that, right? And it was like kind of like a really like a turning point for me a little bit on YouTube, to just kind of let go of all of that and be like, you know, and trusting other people that they had my back, you know, that they had my well-being, that they weren't just, you know, that it was what it was, and it was going to be a really safe place. I had absolutely no idea. You know, so many people say things to me like, oh, Peter, you created this safe space in the vlog, or you did this, or you did... I did none of that, you guys. I really didn't, okay? I mean, let's just be for real. I'm a guy that sits and talks in a camera. That is all I do, okay? And I appreciate that, and maybe it's because of the stories I tell that I attract a certain kind of person, or maybe it's because I'm just some dude that sits here and cleans my front walkway and talks about movies I watched and whatever, but, like... And maybe it's just because I'm simple, and I am, you know, but it's all you're doing that the comment sections of the vlog and the Vloggerinos group has become such a safe space for people. You know, when I go over there and I see people post, you know, things like, this has really, really, like, helped me to have this group over here, or, hey, you guys, like, I need to share with somebody, like, what I'm going through, and, like, you know, and positive, you know, hard times, you know, congratulatory things, struggles that they're having, asking for prayers because somebody's going to have surgery, or that they're going through a loss in their life, or just sharing whatever, you know, like, it's just, I love all of it over there. And you know, I try to, every once in a while, I read most of what is posted over there, but I go in and I just, like, I'll like heart some things and like some things, but I really try not to comment too much on it, because it's really your place. I do post on there if I'm not going to vlog, because I want you guys to know, you know, I'm trying to, like, if I'm not going to vlog for a day, post it in the Vloggerinos group, but there are a lot of people that aren't in the Vloggerinos group, and I know that, so I also try to post it on my community tab and also on Twitter. So yeah. But I am so thankful for this group. So happy birthday to the Vloggerinos. And, you know, it's interesting because I was like, when I upload my vlog every day, like it tells you like, so there's like playlists to pick, right? And so the playlists are 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22, okay? Because it's one for each year. So it's been 6 years. And up until the accident, I was vlogging. You know, I took a week off when PP passed away, and I didn't vlog for that week. And then after the accident, I didn't vlog for quite some time. But other than that, I have vlogged almost every single day. Now, having come back, I've been taking like a day here, a day there off. And that's been really because you guys have been so fantastic. And like if I just one day am like, you know what, like I just want to relax today. You know what I mean? Like you guys have just been really nice about allowing me that space. And so I don't feel like this push to have to, like, you know what I mean? And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day that actually watches my vlog, and he said something to me about I can't imagine like you like other not being on the front porch vlogging. And I go, I know it feels so weird to me, but like it feels like this is like where I'm supposed to be, like vlogging. And I didn't know how I was going to ever make this possible. I really didn't. And you guys have been so awesome, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. To finish this, I wanted to talk about two things. One, so last night Alex was watching Dahmer, and so I said, okay, well, I'm going to watch this movie that I wanted to see, because I didn't know if he would want to see it or not. Several years ago, I read the Grady Hendrix book, My Best Friend's Exorcism. So they made it into a movie, which was they came out on Amazon Prime last night. Hocus Pocus 2 also came out on Disney Plus last night. So I started watching Disney Plus. I started watching Hocus Pocus 2. I watched like the first 5 minutes of it. And then I was like, well, I had asked Alex. I couldn't believe this. I said, have you ever seen Hocus Pocus? I said, oh, Hocus Pocus 2 came out. I was so excited about it. And he was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. And I go, have you ever seen Hocus Pocus? And he goes, no, I don't think so. I go, you've never seen Hocus Pocus? And he was like, no. I was like, well, maybe we'll watch Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 together, right? And then when I was watching it, I thought, well, maybe I'll watch this again so that he can watch them, but I don't think I'm going to watch Hocus Pocus 2 again. It was okay. It wasn't that great. I'm really confused, honestly, and hold on, I'll talk about this in just a second. But anyway, so I watched first, I came out here, I made a cheese sandwich, not a grilled cheese, a cold cheese. Cold cheese sandwiches are just as good sometimes. I had a cold cheese sandwich and some Pringles and a Diet Coke, which is what this looks like, but it's actually coffee. And I watched My Best Friend's Exorcism on Amazon Prime. What time is it? Oh my Lord. I've been vlogging for almost an hour. And it was really good. It was good. It was more teeny boppy than the book was. The book, even though it had teenage main characters in it, was a much scarier book and much more, I don't even really know how to talk. It was much more serious. Like, did I say scary or serious? Scary and serious. And the other thing was this, that like, I can remember reading that book and talking about how the pop cultural references were so right on the whole time. And I know like in a movie, it's really tough to do that, other than like both of the girls. Well, this one girl, she had like posters all over her room of like Culture Club and Boy George, and you know, which was Culture Club, and all this other kind of stuff. And they would talk about different things, and there were, you know, like I noticed this one part, she's like sitting with this guy at the mall, and there was a Chess King in the background, and which was like a store in, you know, the 80s. So I kind of like remembered some of those things, but I felt like in the book it was so saturated with pop culture references from the 80s, and that he did such a fantastic job of it that I felt like the movie could have done it even more. It's like a popped collar to me, you know, with some bracelets does not an 80s character make. I just, for me, it's, you know. So anyway, But Grady Hendrix was actually like live tweeting at the same time that he was watching it, so I was reading back. He was the writer, the author. So he was also the executive producer on the movie. So I went back and I like was reading some of his tweets last night. But I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining. I mean, it wasn't as good as the book by any means, but the movie was good. Like, I would highly recommend it. I would recommend it if you've... It's different enough from the book that if you read the book, like, you would like the movie. And I remember the book, but it's been several years since I read it, so I didn't remember it like enough to like really, you know, like, anyway. So then Alex was still watching Dahmer when I finished it. He was on like episode 9 or something like that. So I started watching Hocus Pocus 2, and I watched all of Hocus Pocus 2. I thought it was cute. I have to be honest, like, I cried at the end of it. I did. You know, it was weird for me, because, I'll tell you why I cried. I didn't cry because, it stopped again. I didn't cry because, it's weird, you know. I was thinking about this, and I was like, well, there's a lot of people that have had this happen, you know, in their life. Like, The Godfather had 3, you know, parts to it, and there's other shows. But it's like, there haven't been that many kind of like, I keep on saying pop culture, but like pop culture things, right, that have happened that, like, I have been present for the beginning and the end. There's not going to be another Hocus Pocus. There's just not, you know. And I've loved that movie always. And to have been there when the first one came out, and then to be there when the second one came out, and to know that that's the end. I know people are like, well, there could be a third one. There's not going to be a third one. It was, what, 29 years or something like that? It was hard enough to get them to do the second one. There's not going to be another one. And kind of the way that it ends, you'll see. But, I mean, there could. I mean, it's whatever. So, it was interesting, like, at the end, because there's a very sweet kind of lesson at the end of the movie. And I found myself kind of crying to it. It's very similar to the first one. I mean, really, let's just be for real. The fun of Hocus Pocus is really about Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy. You know, I mean, that's what you watch Hocus Pocus for. I mean, that fun and their foolishness and the little jokes they make, and, you know, amuck, and all of that kind of stuff, which they say in the second one. What I will tell you is interesting, okay? And I put this on Twitter last night. I said, you know, it's interesting that they didn't follow the storyline of the YA novel, because, and I read this book, I think, last year. There was a Hocus Pocus 2 book that came out, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a little secret, a little inside knowledge, a little spoiler about this book. So if you want to turn off this vlog right now and not hear the spoiler about the Hocus Pocus 2 book, not the movie, because they don't follow the book, okay? Did y'all find it interesting that Disney did not follow... Disney did not follow the storyline, okay, of the book, Hocus Pocus 2. Now, let me tell you, going into Hocus Pocus 2, and I'm not going to ruin it for you, okay? But other than the first 3, there's really not a whole lot from the first one that, like, it follows. There's, like, no storyline from the first one that it really follows, right? Kind of some references here and there, but that's it. The book, okay? The book... What is she doing? My neighbor is like leaving and coming and leaving and coming and leaving and coming today. It's interesting to me. I don't know what she's doing. She had her dog in her car, and then she may have taken her dog to her parents' house. But anyway, the book version of it had... So, you know, the 2 that are like the teenage boy and girl in the first one, and then they fall in love kind of through the course of the movie. So the second one, the book, the sequel, their daughter, her name was Poppy, okay? she's the main character. They've now grown up, okay? I think he's like principal of the high school or something like that. None of this is in the movie, okay? She's now in high school. She's like his age and her age. And it's Halloween night again, and something happens. I don't remember how it happens, but she and a friend end up like having to go and like fight the witches and all this kind of stuff. But she falls in love with this girl, and the main character is a lesbian character in the book, right? And it's like a big part of the book too, like this like romance that happens over time, just like it was part of the first movie that there was this romance in there. And so I'm watching this movie and I'm thinking, first of all, there's no reference to the kids in the first movie, none whatsoever, okay? When that would have been such a great storyline, even if you didn't make them whatever, lesbians or fall in love or whoever, even if you had just had one of the kid be the main character, be the kid of, you know, and somebody on Twitter said, well, maybe they couldn't find the same actors. You wouldn't even have to find the same actors because they'd be grown up, right? So I thought that was interesting, and I thought, I just feel like, was Disney afraid that if they had the main character be a lesbian, that less people would watch it and like it? I don't know. But anyway, it was okay. It was cute. It was fine. I felt like it could be so much more. I felt like watching it, like you're going to tell me you got Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy together to do Hocus Pocus 2, and this is what you gave us? That's what I felt about it. It was a solid 3 to me as a sequel. It could have been done so much better. So I was kind of disappointed in it. Well, what are you going to do? And I don't know what movie I'm going to watch tonight. Alex is going out to dinner with his 2 girlfriends to a steakhouse, and then he's going to bring me mashed potatoes home. And, yeah, I think I'm just... So I didn't film any drama videos or anything today, so I think I'm just... And it's now 6:22. There's a bug crawling on my camera. And I have been filming for an hour and almost 7 minutes. Oh my God. Okay, it's time for me to get off here. My friend was telling me the other day too, he was like, your videos used to be like, all your vlogs used to be like an hour to an hour and a half always, right? And he was like, now you're like, oh, they're 35 minutes, and you're like, oh, this was really long today. You guys, it's hard, honestly. Like, I don't know why it feels different to me. Like, today didn't feel different to me at all. And maybe it's like I said, because like I didn't film any other videos before this, but sometimes like it feels like sitting out here, like I almost kind of feel like I'm being boring to you if I'm like talking for long periods of time, right? The other thing is, you have to remember, I was vlogging during the middle of the night versus 5 to 7 in the evening, you know, when like Alex is coming home and stuff like that. So I don't know, like if I just scheduled my day a little bit differently, then I could probably vlog for a little bit longer, but maybe I'll make that a goal of mine in October. And I'm starting off on a good note, is to vlog a little bit longer each and every day. So, all right, you guys, I am going to get off here now. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday and that you guys are really enjoying your day. Let me know what you're doing in the comment section below. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. Number 1, that you can start your day over whenever you want. Number 2, practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anyone. And number 3, and most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And also, love one another a little bit more. Oh wait, be kinder to... Which one do I say first? Love one another a little bit more. Be kinder to each other. No, be kinder to each other a little bit more. Love one another a little bit more. And be kinder and love yourself a little bit more. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Oh, and for those, it was going out of focus, and for those that need to hear it, and those that want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around, one more I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.